Relationship advice. I, 25 male, have feelings for my half-sister, 24. They aren't going away. I'm disgusted with myself. I'm a pretty normal man with a normal life. I'm 8 months engaged and have a baby that'll be here in 6 months. Me and my fiancé's, 27 female, wedding will be in 8 months. I love my fiancé more than anything and I'm so glad that I get to help bring life into this beautiful world with her. I'm just so blessed to have her as my partner, and can't wait for the years we have together. I don't remember this, but when I was around less than a year old, my dad came clean about an affair, because his mistress was pregnant with his baby. My parents decided to stay together for me and my older brother, and forfeited his parental rights to my sister. I didn't know about her till I was 20, and I hadn't met her until last March. She never had any other siblings, so she wanted to meet our dad and me and my brother. We all met, and me and her really connected. It was crazy. It was like meeting with someone I gelled with on every level. At first our relationship was like kindred spirits. We had just met, but already had known each other. We met up once a month until January, when she moved back to her hometown. My fiancé was okay with our meetups and loves my sister too. We've been hanging out and talking a lot this year. Last month I had a graphic, and extremely real feeling, dream about my sister. I woke up so aroused and bothered that I self-pleasured to the thought of her. I'm sickened in my behavior. I was sleeping in bed next to the woman I promised to marry and who is carrying my baby, and I thought about sleeping with a woman that wasn't her. I've taken steps to distance myself from my sister, but I've called her like 3 times since that happened and have seen her twice. The dreams have happened 3 times since then, but I haven't self-pleasured after. I'll just try to cuddle my fiancé and that usually gets it out of my head. The absolute worst part is, that one time me and my fiancé were making love, and I was in the moment and everything, but right before I climaxed, I got a half-second flash of what I thought my sister's body looked like. There's just so much wrong with me, and I don't know why I'm like this when I already have the perfect woman by my side. Please, I need literally any advice. Now for the top advice. Genetic S-attraction is described as a phenomenon of intense attraction between biological family members that can occur after close relatives are reunited after a long period of separation. Generally, in adoption situations, this affects families separated from birth or very early in the life of the adopted child. It's a real thing. Yeah, I heard about people having S with their parents after they meet them. A Redditor banged his mom cause he broke his arms and couldn't do it himself anymore, so she had to help him out. I think you're being way too hard on yourself, dude. These are just dreams. It's just your subconscious mucking around. It doesn't mean anything. I had a wet dream I was effing a dairy cow once. It was incredibly hot at the time and I woke up and was like, WTF? It doesn't mean I have some sort of secret thing for cows. I mean, unless they appear in Shake Shack form. Brains are weird and you're having what's known as intrusive thoughts. The best way to not give intrusive thoughts power is to observe them, label them that's an intrusive thought and dismiss them that's just my brain firing in a weird way and I don't have to worry about it. If you need more help dealing with this, I'd seek out a CBT therapist who can help you with this. It makes me feel like on some level I've been unfaithful to my fiancé. I've been seeing her and now some part of my brain wants to F her and now I just feel gross knowing that, and that she's my sister. Do not feel disgusted with yourself. Believe it or not, no matter how taboo it may seem, many people have fantasies of close family members such as siblings, cousins, etc., especially when you have never seen them/seen them in a while. On a moral standpoint, opinions will differ if engaging in these types of relationships are okay. Without the label, she is just another human you so happen to find a connection with. That being said, you must realize the boundaries of others and take into consideration of the partner you already have. It is not the fantasies that are icky themselves, rather what someone does with them. If you can't control these feelings, I would suggest reaching out to a therapist. Exactly this. I was going to say roughly the same thing. I'll add with conviction, however, do not F your sis. Everything else about it is surprisingly normal though. Oh, trust me, I could never do that to my fiancé. Now for the second story. I'm 27 female, engaged but in love with my boss, 35 male. I've been with my current partner, 28 male, for 5 years, longest and strongest relationship I've ever had. We're engaged, living with one another and we are so good together. In our relationship, I think I've been in love with 2 other people, had a crush on another as well. I didn't realize it was this many, until I looked back on it. I don't talk to two of these now. I don't know what to do. I can definitely forget about one of them and the crush now, but the other is my boss. I've had some form of feelings for him across 8 years, he wasn't always my boss. I know he'll probably never see me the same way and he's probably stringing me along. We've both always been in a relationship knowing each other. I know we probably won't work in a relationship. We've flirted a lot in the past and one time I called him and outright asked him to decline me for closure. He said he couldn't do that, and we'd talk about it sober. We haven't spoken about it since, but we've started a business together, and he's talking about us sharing an office space in our day job soon. As you do. I've tried every technique to get the feels to stop, except distance, which isn't possible to do effectively with the day job, they seem to fluctuate. I love my job, we're a small team and have each other's back, it's so flexible. I have a good work/life balance and can afford to live. I could not go back to a 9-to-5 job now, I think I'd have a mental breakdown. It's getting to the point I'm questioning myself, and thinking about open relationships. Is so freaking good with my partner, but it doesn't happen as often as I'd like. I have no other complaints. I would be a freaking idiot to throw my partner aside, he's amazing. So why do I have these feelings? I love my fiancé so much, so why do I love other men/women too? I've tried to indirectly get my fiancé's opinion on open relationships and poly, but he's definitely not up for any of it. Nothing. He's as monogamous as they come. I feel like I should be monogamous and happy, but I don't know. I've been honest with my partner about my feelings, to an extent. I don't want to unnecessarily hurt him. He knows I've been crushing on my boss, we chat and I don't cross boundaries and I always respect and do what he asks. He doesn't think it's a good idea to talk to my boss about these feelings. I know attraction to others is normal in a relationship, I'm just not sure if what I'm feeling is normal, or what to do. There's the side of me that wants all of this to shut the F up and be happy with my significant other, and there's the side that wants to leave so I can explore this other side, or even try to be gross and have it all. I'd love it all, but hey. Can't have everything, especially if it means the one who means the most getting hurt. I don't feel comfortable talking to anyone about all of this, I feel like I'm going crazy. What should I do with these feelings, bury? Or explore? Now for the top comments. So, if you have been in love with others, I don't think you are really in love with your SO. I would take a step back away from relationships in general, and go on a break if you can with your SO until you sort out your feelings. I thought about doing this in the past, but just the thought of losing him breaks me. I don't want to do anything I'll regret. People can be in love with more than one person at once, but I do think there's always someone you'll love most. Which would that be? My fiancé. He'll always be my home. I just can't get the other feelings to screw off and make it fair on him. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want to sleep with other people you would have to leave your partner. If you want to stay in the relationship and keep the job, you need to act like a damn professional and tell your boss to act like one too. There's no reason why he should be flirting with you. Please leave your partner before he has a wedding with family members and becomes legally tied to you, or worse, you two have children. He doesn't deserve this at all. I am not saying you are an awful person at all, but you are definitely being unfair to your fiancé. Attraction to others is normal, but full-on being in love with other people and flirting is crossing the line, in a 5-year relationship where you are engaged with the person. I think monogamy isn't your thing. Why are you getting married? Let me ask that, one more time, bolded and italicized for emphasis. Why the hell are you getting married? Having crushes outside of a relationship is normal. Being full-blown in love? No. Absolutely not. Sounds like you're a poly. Sounds like your husband is really not. Maybe have a conversation with him before he marries someone who doesn't love him back the same way he loves you. Now for the last story. I found out that my wife has been partying until 5 a.m. and sleeping until 4 p.m. when I'm away for work. We have 2 young kids. I, 34 male, am a long-haul truck driver. Because of the nature of my job, my wife said it would be better if she stayed home so our kids, 12 female, 7 female, could have at least one parent always around. And it worked out for a while, but recently I found that both my kids have turned into nervous Nellies. That concerned me. I was also concerned because my wife, 33 female, always seemed groggy during the day and would be unable to sleep during the night. This goes on for quite a few months. Finally, I receive a message from one of the mothers at my younger daughter's school. She sends me screenshots from what I believe is a secondary Snapchat account. In it, there's a lot of documentation of my wife taking pictures at various parties with Snapchat time filters with every time from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. When I first confront my wife about this, she denies that these pictures are recent and says this was just a pearl-clutching frump who had nothing interesting in her own life. I pull my 12-year-old daughter aside and she starts crying and saying that her mom leaves at around 10 p.m. and is showering and getting ready for bed when she wakes up for school in the morning. And that her mom's friend, 28 female, always comes to take her to school and says she does it for free. And that sometimes her mom sleeps past her 3 p.m. alarm clock, and the friend has to pick the kids up from school. I angrily confront my wife and she admits that she does have a friend who does do this for free. And that she feels like the kids have taken her youth away and she just wants to have fun before she really becomes old. I angrily tell her that maybe it's better if she leaves for a while. She ends up going to stay with her friend and both my girls are devastated. They refuse to eat and ask if they'll ever see their mom again. My mother-in-law calls me, and says that her daughter is always well-meaning, she's just temporarily lost and that I made a vow to stick by her. Meanwhile, the people at the company I drive for, say that if I can't commit to the schedule they set out, then there are plenty of unemployed people who would love to have my job. I have to go away again soon, and I have very little reliable family who can take in the kids. What do I do? Should I ask my wife back? She says her main issue is that, her sleeping schedule is out of whack and she gets restless at night. When there's nothing else to do, she just goes out to party. I don't think I'll be able to afford the childcare needed for extensive trips, and I want my daughters to have caring childcare that puts their development at the forefront. My wife used to be able to do that, but now she is drowning in hedonism. Now for the top advice. Bro, if CPS was called, you could very well lose both your children due to child neglect. Your wife is a selfish person, and I understand your job is demanding, but your children need you now more than ever. Can you look for employment elsewhere? You're seriously considering asking someone back who knowingly neglected your kids? When CPS is called, you both will be investigated and possibly lose custody. There is no easy answer here. If there was, you wouldn't be on Reddit asking for advice. But this isn't about easy. It's about doing what your daughters need. Not really, and I would pay out of my butt for alimony. Where the hell do you live that you can party until 5 a.m. every damn night? Dig more into this partying, OP. Chances are she's partying at someone's house, which likely points to infidelity. This along with neglecting those poor girls, and I'd say that's grounds for divorce. It's probably better for the girls if they only see mama again in a supervised setting. This is abuse. Your wife is abusing your children, and almost certainly cheating on you like crazy. No one give an F if you miss your youth. You can't abuse your kids. Don't let her back into your life. That will not help your children's development. Do you have family that can help? I was thinking the same thing, that she's probably screwing around while she's out. Where is she partying at 4 a.m.? With who? Your wife is going out and having sex with random dudes every night. Here, I fixed the title for you. Good luck. Sorry you are in this situation. Sorry dude, but Hemcal is 100% right. Get tested for STDs. And see if there's some family that can watch your kids, while you do the right thing and financially support your family. You seem like a good man trying to do the right thing. Sorry. And that's it for this video guys. If you have thoughts to share, leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content. Turn the notification on to get updated on my latest posts. I'll catch you in the next one. Good day everyone.